Let me just say this. No one is obligated to give you the authentic them. The authentic person, individual, is an intimate uh, manifestation or fucking. Oh my God, your boy Nathaniel Brandon breaks it down because he did a book called the Psychology of Relationships before he did the Psychology of Self Esteem, and he talks about sex as being the ultimate expression of the authentic you, of the revealing of the authentic you, and the human desire to reveal the authentic them. And an individual with true self esteem can determine who deserves to see the authentic them. And see, that's what leads to sexual promiscuity, is that you don't know who you are, so you can't determine who gets to see the real, actual, authentic you because you have no idea who the authentic you is, but you seek this human desire or human, you know what I'm saying, imperative to show the authentic you. That's why this structure is like, you know what I'm saying, um, is detrimental because it doesn't allow you to know who the authentic you is, so therefore you can share the authentic you. And so there detriment, it distorts sexual interaction, which is the ultimate manifestation of what it is to be human. I was saying that beforehand. I was getting that on the biological sense in relationship to eukaryotic cells and prokaryotic cells, or eukaryotic cells, is that they didn't necessarily eukaryotic cells. Yeah, even prokaryotic cells. They didn't engage in sex for the purpose of um, what's that shit called? What's the byproduct of sex? One of those byproducts of sex? The major byproduct? Offspring.
Offspring, yeah,
Offspring. Reproduction. There you go, reproduction. For the purpose of reproduction. They did it for the purpose of communication. And they still do it for the purpose of communication. And that reproduction was just a result of positive communication or and then we've created a circumstance in which positive communication is just it promotes life because any positive communication promotes life. So even if it's a negative, it's adaptive. So maladaptive is adaptive to the circumstances of promoting life. So it'll continue to promote maladaptive life in order to substantiate the primary objective of nature is to, you know what I'm saying, preserve life, even maladaptive life, until maladaptive life is no longer preservable. It has to, you know what I'm saying, run its course. So that's kind of where we are right now as a species. And that's that back to the sex thing again, and determining, because now we're these multi-celled organisms that stand upright. 45 degrees, 90 degrees, if you know that mathematics and shit, you understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, you don't. In Atlanta, we was talking about the mathematics, like quite readily over in and Overlook, over in I think that's over by Buckhead, off of before you get to Mapleton Road and shit. We was talking about that shit. Papers. Oh, I need to go get papers. Yeah, so I can smoke some weed. I'm like faded. I'm faded off of really seriously. The fun guys. The fun guys. I love them motherfuckers, nigga. They're so therapeutic. Because I'm thinking about being in fucking goddamn Atlanta now. And it's like, okay, I get back here and those. Brandon knows when he came over and Brian had to show me that DVD. And Brandon was like, next time I saw Brandon was like, you don't even remember me. I was like, yeah, nigga, I remember you. Because you were an anomaly within that whole set. So you weren't the first. See that viewing of that DVD, I mean that VHS wasn't the only time that I viewed that VHS, Brandon. The only reason, and Brandon, who lives across the street from my brother, he'll remember to whatever degree he can remember viewing that VHS with me. That's not the only time I viewed it. It's just you were an anomaly in that if you hadn't been there, he would have showed me that VHS without you being there, and I would have just left. But you being there, I was going to leave without seeing that VHS. Now, Crystal has been there when I saw that VHS too. But, I mean, they're masters at this shit. They gone to extreme measures. Yeah, bruh. See, like, Zach, we should really actually, like, examine the period of time in which Brian was over on Roman Curtis. And the time in which they was living over there off of Don Miguel and shit. Re-examine that shit. I re-examine any fucking goddamn relationship you've had with my brother or my mother. This shit gets deep. I need to go get some papers. Even after she stopped my dental care, and I motherfucking started see, because my grandmother used to call me a vagabond. My sister picked that shit up too, vagabond. My mom used to tell me how homeless I act, how bummy I acted, and it's crazy. I came to California to be a beach bum, a skater bum, a surfer bum. Keanu. To do fucking goddamn psychotropic drugs. Not psychotropic drugs. Oh, yeah, it is. It is psychedelic, not psychotropic. Psychedelic drugs. I get them confused sometimes. It's SF, not SL. We don't do SLs. We do SFs. It's the flats. When you get to Kaepernick in this bitch. Kaepernick in this bitch. Let me go get some papers, nigga. On the hood.